how much time passes, you will always be my goddess, and I will always love and support you. Simply saying you like someone would seem too abrupt, but adding a word of support makes it less unacceptable. Alan was very pleased with his own intelligence. Thanks. Alan was overjoyed. Winnie, do you think I've changed at all over the years? Alan asked. No, I don't think so. Alan was a little disappointed. I thought you were going to say I've gotten more handsome. Hee hee, you've always been quite handsome. Really? Alan was excited again. Yes. So what do you think of me? Alan asked, mustering his courage. Fine. Simply saying it's good is too simplistic. Could you describe your opinion of me in more detail? It's pretty good. I don't know how else to say it. It's okay. It's okay. Girls are all easily embarrassed, I understand. I'm glad you understand. Can you open the door now? I really want to talk to you in person. It just doesn't feel right through the door. Don't worry. It's really just a chat. I won't do anything inappropriate. I'm suddenly tired. You should go back. I'm going to sleep. Winnie's voice was cold. Alan was struck dumb, regretting that he had been too impulsive. He could have continued to build a closer relationship, but now it was all over. I'm so sorry, Winnie. I really didn't mean it that way. Please don't misunderstand. You'd better leave quickly. I'm afraid people will misunderstand if they see you here. I'm leaving right away. Right away. Alan looked at the flowers in his hand, somewhat unwilling. I also picked some very pretty flowers, especially for you. Look, put the flowers by the door. I'll check on them tomorrow morning. But the flowers will all be withered by tomorrow morning. Are you coming or not? Let's go. I'm leaving right now. Fearing he would anger Winnie, Alan dropped the flowers and fled without looking back. After a while, the door opened and the corridor was empty. A large glass of warm water was poured over the bouquet of flowers, and then the door was closed again. Chapter 1:17 Sightseeing. In the morning, after finishing breakfast and cleaning up the dishes, Perseus took Ivisa and slipped away. Since Thoth decided to send him away from home as soon as possible, the couple has become even more indifferent to him, focusing only on cultivating a relationship with Winnie and constantly circling around her. He was happy to have it that way. Although he had no emotional attachment to this home, it was still the place where he had lived for more than 10 years, and he felt somewhat nostalgic. Before saying goodbye to it completely, he wanted to take Ivisa back to the old place to avoid any regrets in the future. The two strolled along the country road, casually enjoying the surrounding scenery. Luke Village's only redeeming quality is its stunning scenery. Every corner is picturesque, and even Ivisa found herself captivated by it. Perseus chose a path far from the village, where the number of people became increasingly sparse until he could no longer see anyone. Correspondingly, the scenery became more and more beautiful. This is my favorite road, Perseus enthusiastically told Ivisa. From a very young age, I would walk along this road whenever I had free time, but I was always alone before. I thought you would prefer a more lively place, Ivisa said. Why do you think that? Because of your mouth, Ivisa glanced at him. You're so eloquent. You can only use your talents in crowded places. Otherwise, no matter how clever you are, you're useless when you're surrounded by flowers and plants. You've misunderstood me a lot by thinking that way. Perseus smiled and shook his head. What you're talking about is just my strength. Many people like things that allow them to use their strengths, but I happen to be an exception. I only like beautiful things. He looked at her very seriously. No wonder you're such a womanizer, Ivisa said coldly. Perseus couldn't really deny that. With a quick glance, he spotted a pretty little flower by the roadside, picked it casually, and tucked it behind Ivisa's ear. Why pick a perfectly good flower? Didn't you say you like beautiful things? Isn't it better to let it bloom on its own than to pick it and watch it wither away? I don't have that lofty ideal you're talking about. If I like something, I want to get it, whether it's a flower or a person. Rogue. In a cheerful mood, Perseus really wanted to act refined today. So the lovely Miss Ivisa escaped unscathed. This flower is beautiful, but it depends on who it is compared to, Perseus said. If it were intelligent enough to know that it could slightly enhance your beauty, I believe it would be extremely grateful to me. Rogue. Refined. Despite her bluntness, Ivisa was actually quite happy, and she didn't dislike beautiful things. Whether it's the scenery along the way or this flower. Where does this road lead? She suddenly asked, intrigued. You'll find out once you come with me. Perseus tried to take her hand and succeeded on his first try. In the past, Ivisa would cooperate with his intimate behavior just to put on an act in front of others. But now, she is not resistant to things like hugging and holding hands at all. There wasn't even the slightest sign of anything unusual. Everything seemed perfectly natural. Looking at Ivisa's serene and beautiful face, and recalling the many hardships they had endured along the way, Perseus couldn't help but smile. "Watch where you're going," Ivisa said calmly, without looking to the side. "No need to look. I've walked this road hundreds of times. I know how to get there even with my eyes closed. There's a pile of dog poop in front of you." Perseus's smile remained unchanged as he slammed on the brakes. "Yes, it really exists, and it's a huge lump and very fresh." The dog that caused the accident hadn't even gone far. It was still watching them with its tongue lolling out. Perseus couldn't help but sigh. Such a beautiful day, and this dog is such a spoilsport. They deserve to be punished. So he used magic to make the pile of dog poop go back into the dog's butt. The dog immediately barked in terror and ran away, howling. Turning his head again, Perseus noticed the way Ivisa was looking at him. "Stop looking at me. Keep walking," Perseus said, pretending to be nonchalant. "Are you really human? Please don't ask such strange questions, okay?" Ivisa remained silent and ruthlessly shook off his hand. "Hey, what's wrong? What did I do wrong again?" Perseus asked hurriedly. "I don't want to hold hands that have done such disgusting things. But I used magic. Don't talk as if I was barehanded." Well, he himself started to feel disgusted by his own perverse sense of humor. Ivisa listened and silently took his hand back, then realized he was talking while looking in the direction the dog had run away. Ivisa silently shook her off again. Leaving the path and climbing up the lush, green slope, the two stopped at the same time. "Because there's a cliff right in front of us. Although it's dangerous here, the view is great and the scenery is even better." The cliff wasn't bottomless, although if you fell off, you definitely wouldn't be left with a whole body. High mountains stand facing each other on both sides, while below and in front lies a wide plain, with a jewel-like lake faintly visible. A cool mountain breeze caressed their cheeks, and Ivisa nodded. "Very beautiful. When I was little, I really wanted to go see the lake over there, but there was no way down a mountain from here. To get there, I had to take a very, very long detour. But there were always things to do at home, and I didn't have enough free time to support me to walk that route. Sometimes I would grit my teeth and think that I might as well run away from home. Even if I died out there, I would still go to see the lake. But every time, I would just think about it and then go back." "You want to go to the lake?" "That's easy. It's simple now, but I don't really want to go." Ivisa frowned, grabbed Perseus's hand, and jumped off the cliff with him, their posture resembling a suicide pact. Perseus never expected her to be so fierce, and was genuinely a little frightened by the sudden turn of events. "I almost forgot he can fly now." "Don't move," Ivisa said sternly. "What's wrong? Let me take you there." Perseus had no choice but to dispel the flight spell. In fact, he doesn't need it at all, because Ivisa could not only fly herself, but also easily lift his body and soar through the mountains. Flying on your own and being carried by someone else feel very different. Perseus looked down at the countless boulders below. The moment Ivisa lets go, he will plummet like a bird with broken wings, shattering into pieces.